So first log into your account in code.org, okay, and then come to the main page, okay. So once you are here, you can see the options on top. Click on projects. So when you click on projects, this page is going to open. This is your projects page. Come down and then click on Sprite Lab. A new Sprite Lab project is going to open. We are going to rename the project. I'm going to call it My Diwali Greeting. Okay, I'm going to save it. So this project has now been saved. First thing I'm going to do is, when the project runs, I'm going to go and set my background. So you can set any background. Since your desert suits very nicely, I'm going to use either you can use a desert road or a desert, both are good. So I'm going to use a desert, this background. Now I need a sprite, and for Diwali the best sprite to use is either a diya or a cracker. So today I'm going to use some crackers. So if I go to sprites, okay, I can make a new sprite, but it's going to make this rabbit, which I don't want. I want a cracker. So how will I do that? I'm going to go here, click on draw. Okay, I don't have anything which I want, so I'm going to click on draw. So when I click on draw, you see this, I get an option. I come to the costume option. So if I want to go back to the code option, and a new blank one has opened here. Now if I just want to toggle, I just have to keep going here. So you see this is my code, and if I click on costumes, I come here. I already have a blank one. So if I need to create, I just have to click here. Okay. Now you see this. I'll just take you through this. So if I scroll through, you'll see all the ones which are already available like this. And here is the new one which you're going to draw. Okay. So now I want to draw. So when I want to draw, you see that I have a pen tool here. Okay. Then I have a paint bucket tool which is going to fill your object with color. You have an eraser tool. So with this you can erase if you make a mistake. This is a stroke tool. So if you keep the shift key pressed and then move the pen, this is going to give you a straight line. Okay, so to draw straight line, you use this. This is a rectangle. Okay, if you want to draw a square, you have to hold the shift key. So if you draw without holding the shift key, you will get a rectangle. If you hold the shift key and then drag, you will get a square. This is a circle. Again, if you don't hold the shift key, if you just draw, you'll get an ellipse. But if you hold the shift key, if you press the shift key and then draw, you get a circle. This is a selection. Okay, so suppose you have drawn something and you want to select it back again, you need to use this. Okay, I'll show you. Then this is your color picker. So suppose you already drew with one color, you want to pick the same color, you're going to use this. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to click on this. I'm going to choose a color. Okay, so I'm going to draw a flower pot, so I'm going to make it green. Okay, so I come to green. You have to come. So it's not just dragging here. That's not enough. You have to come here and click on this. So you see this button has to change to this color. Okay, so once you click only, it will change. Otherwise, it will still be black. Okay, so then you click outside anywhere. So now you see the color you have chosen is green. Now this is the size of the pen. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 sizes of pen. Since I want to make a big one, I'm going to choose the fourth one, which is the biggest size of the pen. It's in pixels. Okay, what I'm going to do now, you see, I'm just going to draw like this. Okay, draw it big. Okay, because there on the screen it is not going to come as big, so you can actually draw it quite big, and then we can adjust the size. So see, I've made an outline like a flower pot. You can either color like this, or you can just click on the paint bucket tool and come and click inside. Everything will become green color. Okay, so now you see here, it is going to look like this. It is a flower pot which I have made. Okay, in fact, this is going to come really, really small. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to make it bigger. So you can actually draw it quite big. Okay, so okay, let's keep it like this, and then we will adjust the color, size directly in the code. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is one flower pot without bursting I want. Okay. And suppose you want some, design inside the flower pot. What you can do is just go and choose some other color. Say for example, blue. Click here. So this becomes blue. And then what you do is just make this pen size smaller and you can draw. Okay, so mistake. So if you make any mistake and you want to undo, you just can press the Control Z button. So that will undo your mistake. Control and Z. Okay. So see here, I have to go to the pen tool and then now I have the blue color selected. So like I can make lines like this, or I can just put dots. So just to give some decoration in my flower pot. That's all. Okay. So something like this. Now, what I'm going to do, so one costume of the flower pot is already over. Now, the second costume of the flower pot, I actually want to show the flower pot bursting. Okay, so what I'm going to do, see there are two buttons here. One is duplicate button, other is the delete button. Now, I want to duplicate this costume. So see, when I click duplicate, another one comes like this. Okay, now in one of the two, either this one or this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do in the last one which I created, I'm going to now make as if the flower pot is bursting. So how do I do that? I'm just going to go and select some nice yellow color, like a bright yellow like this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my drawing skills. So I'm just going to say make it slightly thinner and just draw like this. Okay, make sure you put quite a bit. And if you are stuck, you can just make this smaller. Okay, so you can just, so how you can do that is, I just use my touchpad, but you can just draw like this. And then what you can also do is, just to give it a little more, this one, just take this fourth one and then, or three, and then just put some dots here. In fact, you can put the dots in different colors. So if you want orange color, so put some in orange color. So make it colorful. You can even put green color, whatever color you want. Okay, so this costume is going to give a this thing as if this is bursting. So see this? So beautiful. Okay, so this is my two costumes. So one, the flower pot which is not bursting, the other, the flower pot which is bursting. Okay, similarly you can make a rocket also. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to create one more new costume. Draw. Okay, so when I click this, it tells draw, so I choose draw. So I have one more here. I'm just going to make a nice rocket. I'm going to make a pink color rocket. So I'm going to take, say, nice pink color here. Okay, then I'm just going to draw, just my drawing skills. So I can just, okay. Don't worry, it has to be big. We can adjust the size there later. Okay. So now you see this, I have a pink rocket. I can just fill it. So I go to the fill tool. I'm going to fill it like this. And I'm just going to go and choose, say, blue color. I'm going to give it a nice tail. I'm going to select the pen tool and I'm just going to put it like this. Okay. So here you have to put the fire and the rocket will go up. Now duplicate the costume of the rocket. So you have to. Now in the second rocket costume, now you look at this very carefully. In the second rocket costume, the rocket goes up and bursts. Right? It doesn't burst at the bottom. It goes up and bursts. So I have to move this up. So how will I do that? See here. Now is where I use this one. Okay, the rectangle selection tool. Now, what I do is I'm going to go and draw like this. So now you see this is selected. Okay. Now, if I want to move this, so see, once I select this, I have something like a hand appearing when I'm on top of this. Okay. So here it's like this, but here there's a hand. So what I need to do is I just need to, okay, press the shift key first and then drag this. Press the shift key, okay, and then keep the mouse click down and then drag this. Okay. Now if you leave it, okay, and then click outside, see, now what has happened is two rockets have come. Okay, by mistake two rockets. So just do a Control Z, one will go. So if you get two images, just click on the Control Z button and one will go. Okay, so now you have a rocket which is on top. Okay, it's there on top. Now what I need to do is, I just need to make sure that I have something which looks as if the rocket is bursting. So now we know how to do that. Just go here, take a nice yellow color, golden color, and then just take this and then put, okay, come to the pen tool and then put like this. Okay, make your own drawing. So now you see, this is the rocket bursting costume and this is the normal rocket costume. Okay, now I'm going to go and write my codes. So we have finished the drawing. So one flower pot and then one rocket we have drawn. So now I go back to my code. Okay, now first thing what I do is, in the desert background, I'm going to first select this costume of the flower pot, which is not bursting. Okay, not bursting costume. Now you see it's pretty small. Okay, so first let me put it in the right place. So I want it on the ground somewhere here. So you can just move your, so what you can do is just move this mouse and see these values. So, and or what you can do is here, click on this spoon like button. That's a spoon button here, click. Okay, this will highlight. So you can just move it and place it wherever you want. So I'm going to place it here. Okay, so here it is going to stand. So this is the coordinates 205111. So this is where it is going to stand. Okay. Now after this stands here, so this is at the beginning. So now I need to tell a user what they need to do. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put a print statement here. Okay. Print, it will just tell, we will just give instruction over here to the user. So I'm going to say, click the flower pot. Okay, just going to say, click the flower pot. It is going to come here. Okay, now the next thing what I need to do is, I can delete this. So the next thing what I need to do, so next thing what the user will do, he's going to click the flower pot. So I'm going to go to events. I'm going to bring a new event which says when, and here you have to choose the same sprite. Okay, don't choose the colorful one, choose this one. Okay, when this one is clicked. Okay, now before this, let me just make the size of this a little bigger. Okay, so after I make the sprite, I'm going to adjust the size. So where is the size adjustment? Go to actions. Yeah, so see here, set size. Okay, 2 instead of 50, I'm going to say 100. Okay, and I'm going to put it here. Now let's see how it looks. I can reset and run the code. No, 100 is not enough. I want it bigger, so I'm going to put 200. And now I'm going to reset and run the code. Oh, sorry, it didn't change. See, because this thing is selected, I need to select this. Okay, now let's check. This is good enough. 200, it looks like this, which is very good. So now I'm going to say print click the flower pot. And then next event I will say is, when the green flower pot is clicked, what should happen? The costume should change. Okay, so I'm going to go to actions and I'm going to say, no, sorry, I don't think it's in actions. I think it is in sprite. Okay, so you can say, yeah, in sprite, change. Okay, you see this costume. So same one you have to give here, the unbursted flower pot. Okay, to the bursted flower pot. Okay, so this flower pot not bursting. This costume is bursting flower pot. Okay, bursting. So this will change into this when I click on this. Okay, not only that, I can put a sound. Okay, so where is sound? You have to go to this overall one world and you can say play sound. Okay, you go and click on this choose sound and click this choose button. It's going to take you to one full category of sounds. Okay, now from this you can choose any sounds that you like. Okay, so in this, can I choose something like a projectile or something? Swish. I can even choose swish. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, so I'm just going to say choose. Okay, so this is a, when it is coming, it's going to just say swoosh. That sound is going to come when the flower pot is bursting. Okay, so once the flower pot has changed, next we need to bring the rocket. Okay, so how do we tell the user when the rocket has to come? Okay, so what I can do is, I can use another print statement to make the rocket come. So I can just go to text, I can say print and say press up arrow for press up arrow. Okay, so let it be a surprise. Let's not say rocket. Let's just say press up arrow. So once you press the up arrow, what will happen? We have to give now another event. Okay, and what is that event? When up arrow key pressed. Okay, so when and before that, okay, so when the up arrow key is pressed, first of all, I want to hide this and then bring the rocket. Okay, so first what I'll do is I'm just going to go to sprites. I'm going to say remove and don't forget to choose the second costume. Okay, not the first, the one where it is bursting, that costume. Okay, I'm going to choose that one, the one which is bursting, then only it will hide. Okay, so remove this first. After removing this, you have to bring the rocket. Okay, so again you go to sprites and you say make a new sprite. Okay, and you put the rocket, first costume of the rocket, which is down. Okay, now you have to choose where the rocket has to start. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to come here. Okay, so I want the rocket, don't go very down because the rocket costume center point is what is this thing. Okay, so just keep it up. So I'm going to put it here. Okay, so you see this same place almost as where this one is on the ground. Okay, so you put this. Then you have to tell the user what he has to do. So you can say another print statement. You can go to text. You can say a print statement. You can say click the rocket. Okay. So now what we are saying, you have to click the rocket. So I have to bring another event. When, okay, this rocket, down wala rocket, okay. So this rocket is clicked. What should happen? We have to get the other rocket costume. Okay. So what we need to do is, I have to use the same thing. Change this one to costume this. So again, I go to sprites. This I will put. Okay. So I will say change the down rocket to the up rocket. This one. Okay. Again, remember the rocket is going to be very small because we have not set the size of the rocket here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a rocket size here. So size will be, I think, in actions. Yeah. So I go to set size of this rocket. I'm going to say 200. Okay. And remember here, choose the correct one. Okay. Yeah. So choose this and then you say print. Okay. So now you see this small rocket is going to change to this rocket. Okay. And not only is this going to change, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to give a Diwali message. Happy Diwali. So how do I do that? I just go to text. Okay. And then I bring this. Okay. Oh, show title screen. Now, if I put title, it is going to come on top here. Okay. So the rocket will not be visible. So instead of putting title, I'm only going to put subtitle. I'm just going to say Happy Diwali. Okay. I'm going to say Happy Diwali. You can put a title and subtitle also, no problem. Or you can just say Happy Diwali by, you can just say here from Lakshmi. Or even better, let me say Fire Ninja. Okay, that's my academy, right? So let's put that. Okay, Happy Diwali from Fire Ninja. Okay, so this is it. Okay, now we are all done. I'm just going to see how it's working. So let's run it. Click the flower pot. Wow, beautiful, isn't it? Okay, now press up arrow, it says. So I'm going to press the up arrow. Now it says click the rocket. Click the rocket. Wow, nice. It didn't go as much as up as I want, isn't it? So it's still a little too down, okay? So can I do something about it? I don't, yeah, see, this is too down, okay? So this is very much down. What I need to do, no, this was the one, right? Yeah, it is up, but still it's not, going too much up. So what I can do is, wait. Okay, change costume to this one. And not only will I change costume, I think I can put a, let me check, location here. Yes, so see here, I can even change my location. Change costume to this And I think I can say, I can change costume to this, and I can, let me check actions. I can say, see this, jump to, okay? So change this costume to this one, and you can say jump to, instead of random location, you can give a location here. So how will you give this location? You have to give an X value and a Y value separately. So now, where do you want the rocket to go? It has to go here, right? Up. So see, just keep your cursor here. Now see the values. So you see this approximately 200. So this is the value I'm looking at. Okay, look at the stage here, screen. 200. I can put approximately the same number, 205311. You see that? Or little down here. So I can say 204 283. Okay, so I put this one, 204 204 and 280. Okay, 283. So now what I can do is I can try running this. Let's check whether this one, yeah, okay, I have to connect it. After jumping, and please be careful. See, again I made a mistake. This one has to jump. Okay, so the costume changes to this one, and this one has to jump to this location. So now let's check. Okay, click the flop on. Wow, nice. Up arrow. So I press the up arrow. I get a rocket. So if you want to make the rocket a little up, you can just change this one. But I'm going to click this. Wow, now look at that. Happy Diwali from Fire. Very nice, isn't it? Superb. So you see now, beautiful. Okay. So this is your Diwali greeting, children. Hope you enjoyed it. Happy Diwali. Bye.